Hello, how do I check a company's market cap? The way I like to do it is, for instance, today is February 5, 2026, and we are going to analyze BNS. So the way I like to check a market cap, if I know a company's name is, for instance, I'll log into, Charles Schwab, and under research, I'll just click on stocks here and I'll just put BNS, for instance. So it will open information on these stocks for me, and then we can scroll down all the way to the bottom. We'll find interesting information on it, and well, at the bottom is going to show us the capitalization here. So market cap is in the billions, 92.23 billions. And for my own search, I discovered that large cap stocks is 10 billion and more. So therefore, I will just compare the market capitalization for these particular stocks with that range record that I have, assuming that range record is accurate. And then I can classify what kind of stock that company is. If I'm trying to create a watch list of stocks, and let's go back to search stocks, for instance, we can go to stocks screener, and here under basics I can choose the market capitalization. It will give me the options, and when I want large cap stocks I can click on that, and if I click on that only, it's going to show me different type of stocks here, and then I can go to it to see the stock I'm interested in if it's considered a large cap stocks. And I don't know if it will allow me to sort it from the lowest to the highest when I'm clicking on market capitalization. So I'm seeing 41 billion here, and I'm seeing 40. So based on this one is putting can just come back here, 41 billions to 40, I mean, 41 billions and more, but I have, based on my research, is 10 billions and more. So therefore, when I come across a stock, I can just compare it to that range to see where it's sitting at. So that is, one way to, pull that market capitalization stocks available on the market out as well. I have used another way of funding stocks. Let's go to, and I have not done that in a while, and I know that they changed a little bit of their page, but for instance, we have this one here, and that one is in the banking. So if let's go to show more, and we have them here, and when I go under finance, that is how I originally created my watch list of stocks. So under finance, we have those sectors, in fact, industries, and they have the market capitalizations here for all the companies within the sectors. And when we go back to our BNS, for instance, is in the financial and capital market. So capital market, that would be this one. When I click on it, it show me those sub industries, and I'm seeing asset management here, and that'll be this one. And those companies here, that is how one by one I went through those sectors, industry and sub industries, to go through those stocks and very much look at their market capitalization to pull them out. It was a tedious work. The stock screener that we saw in the second option is the fastest way to pull those large cap stocks out, rather than going through those sectors one by one to pull them out. And that is how in 2024 or end of 2023 I created this list of them, by going through them, one by one, those, and just go through them and just pull anything that is like this one, for instance, AMP. And this one, for instance, this one, those are large cap stocks. This one is not, and this one is, and then pull them out, and then later check them to see which one are selling on New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ. Keep those, eliminate the one that are selling over the counter. Was a lot of process to go through, but those are few ways you can find out if a stock is a large cap stocks. So today we are going to analyze BNS. Using Thinkorswim platform, when you have Charge Swap account, you can access Thinkorswim platform for free, and I like to use it to analyze my chart. And that is pretty much so far how I use Thinkorswim platform. And we are on the maximum of the chart here. We are going to go to maximum daily chart. And is it a buy? No, I won't be buying it now, because it is close to all-time highest price than it is close to the valley. So we have arrows on it showing where we bought it and sold it in the past. Arrow facing upward are where we bought, arrow facing down are where we sold. So we have the dates on the x-axis from the past to the present, and we have the price on the y-axis from $0 up. So we have 2025 here and 2026 here. We have an arrow there showing that we bought it there, and an arrow here that are needed to activate and turn it because we sold. So let's zoom and move this arrow there. And because it's a daily chart, every single bar is a daily time frame. So when we are doing our chart analysis to gather stocks for 2026, of course analyzing our master list to find stocks that we will create a list of for 2026 that we will swing trade from, I came across it on our master list that it touched base with the valley line and start going up from there, but has now reached all-time highest price yet. So I bought it knowing that when it reached that all-time highest price, I should sell it. At least that was the original idea. And it reached it, and I didn't sell it right away, but I sold it. I think it written somewhere here, but I sold it a few days later, not knowing if it's going to continue going up or if it's going to come down. But we are not seeing the whole things, the whole cycle here. We bought it in 2024 as well and sold it there. So I'm going to go to um, maximum monthly chart so that we can see it more. This value line, it seems to be respecting it, and we will notice it that, you know, last time that it came back down and went up, it didn't go up for once it exceeded this, it went up a few more months and then pulled back and then went up a little bit here. So from this area, which is all-time highest price before the cycle ended, and this one, if you are looking at the price, is like 56 there, and this is like 68, about $10, $12 difference between this peak and this one. I'm not considering the sensitivity within this cycle, but that is when it was down and pulled back. And when it pulled back, it went here, but it didn't exceed it. It pulled back again and then went here. So from here, which is 68, to this one, which is 74, excuse me, is a little bit less than $10 there. So by just looking at it, just notice that once it breached the previous all-time highest, it could be there for, you know, a few months and then it will pull back. So it breached it here and then pull back and went up a little bit. So it could pull back a little bit and continue going up, but it could spend time like 6 months or so pulling back and going back up. It could, you know, it could do that for a while, but I just feel like I may not make much more money once it exceeded all-time highest price. It's just my assumption though, because when it reached here, and this was in May, it was all the way to the March that it was done with that cycle and start going down. So pretty much like more than 6 months, you know, it was still around that area. So from here, which is 78 to 68 to 74, you can see for 6 months the growth there. And I just decided that once it breached this, I can just sell it and lock in that profit and be done with it and free that money, because it could take about 6 months pulling back a little bit, going up a little bit before it'll be ready to start going down. But again, it could, you know, so that just by looking at how it did it in the past, but it does not mean I'm 100% right or anything. This is a move, is a living company. People are working in it. It's making money, so it's a living company, so things can change. I'm just trying to understand the historical chart to see if there is a pattern there I can rely on to make my buying and selling decision. That is the type of swing trading strategy I'm trying to build. I'm trying to improve and find stocks that I can swing trade using that strategy. So it's not a time for us to buy, it is a time for us to sell. And since we bought it and sold it, I pulled the record for us to take a look at it. So, and when you are looking at it here, I don't know if that is too blue for you to see it, but it's not the first time I purchased this stock. So I purchased it in 2023 and we bought it there. And again, because it's an international company, when they pay dividend, we pay foreign tax on it. The just why we'll take care of that. But when we sold it, we didn't pay tax on that sales, though. We only pay those foreign tax on dividend income that we are earning on it. So that's something to keep in mind. So let's just pinpoint those actions. So we bought it in 2023 January and sold it November 2024, and we made those dividend income out of it. We bought 10 shares for $52, $53, and sold it for $56. So you can see is it like $3 per share profit for holding on to it for a more than a year, close to 2 years, and we made $82.29 from this trade. So when we bought it again in November 2025 and we sold it pretty much February 3, 2026, how many months is that? 3 months or so. We bought it at 65 and we sold it at 75. So $10, about $9 profit there. In the meantime, in fact, if I just select those two, we made $9.57 profit from it, and we earned 81 cents dividend in the meantime, and we paid 12 cents out of that 81 cents to Canada. So those total, we made $10.26 for buying these stocks and selling it within 3 months, and we only bought 1 share. That is, how we swing trade these stocks. Since I caught it way at the top, but now before it reached all-time highest price, I just bought it because I thought I could make some money there, and I didn't want to overstay in it, and I sold it and locked it in, and it's now a lot of money I invested in to begin with. But regardless, I like to just free instead of letting it be. If it's going to behave like in the past and continue moving around there for 6 months before it's ready to start going down, I like to free this money. I might find another stocks to buy. So that was the idea behind it. And swing trading growth stocks, you can see that from 2023 at $52 or 53 to now 75. 2023 will be somewhere here, and we bought it January 31. So we bought it somewhere here. We bought it somewhere there, and we sold it November 25, 2024. And I'm not sure why I have those arrows here, unless it's for some another account that those arrows were placing there. So I'm going to find November. It'll be somewhere November 25. It will be, don't know if I, why not? I'm hesitant moving this arrow from here if it belongs to another account, but we can do that, and we can take this one out of here. So we bought it there, we sold it here, We bought it there, we sold it there. Pretty much what I'm trying to show is, first we bought it at a higher price here to begin it with, and you can see for how long we got stuck in it, because when we bought it, it went up a little bit and then it pulled back and then start going up from there. But the thing is, you know, even around this area it was like 52 something. But what I wanted to say is, when you buy those stocks and you're investing in it for years, the way I like to view it is, it's going to be growing around this valley line. The valley line is tilted upward. You are going to be making money along this valley line, since you are now capturing this growth away from the valley line. You are letting it coming back down and so forth. But swing trading, those stocks that I can invest in long term, I'm buying them at the valley, or plan to buy them at the valley and sell them after it's then down climbing up, so that I can capture, those growth, and when it comes back down I can buy it again and so forth. That is the idea behind my swing trading strategy, so that I can, yes, invest in it, but buying, selling to capture the growth away from the valley line. But keep in mind that I will be buying it at a higher price each time, since they are growth stocks and the valley line is tilted upward. In this essence, though, I bought it away from the valley line both times, so I pay higher a price for it, but I make money along the way as well. But that is how I traded BNS in the past. And now that I sold it, I'll be waiting for it around this valley line. So therefore, it's not the time for me to buy just yet. So thank you so much for watching our videos. You can see that even with these stocks, I only purchased one share of it and make $10 within 3 months. And we can try to calculate, the return on that. And the way I like to calculate it is, let's just do the sum of all of this. That will calculate the profit for us, and I can just take that profit divided by how much we pay for it. So divided by this, I put a negative sign there so that I can take that, since I can take the negative sign out of there. So we make 16% return on it, or 15.69% return on this within 3 months. So even if you put $65 in your bank account, within 3 months you won't be making $10 in it. So that is why saving is great, but you do not build wealth by saving money. Saving money is one step in the process. You want to be able to save some money from your paycheck, to be able to invest that money, to make money from it. And this is one of the process. Buying stocks with the money, with some of our saving, and make money from it. So thank you so much for your time. We thank you very much for all your comments, and thank you very much for subscribing to our channel. I'm Afiavi Liberman, creator of Liberman Consulting and L.L.C YouTube channel, and ninasoap.com, our blog. On our channel and on our blog, we share different ways to save money and different ways to make money to reach your financial independence, where you do not depend on an employer to provide for your family. And swing trading is one way to make money. Just start small and slowly grow your account from there. At least that's what we are trying to do, and I'm just sharing my journey and what I'm learning, my experience, what is working, what is not working with you. If you can find some useful tips in it that you can use in your own journey to your own financial success. So happy swing trading. For more videos in this series, will you please check the playlist in the description of this video, how to start swing trading step by step using long uptrend. And we do have other swing trading related playlists in the description of this video as well. Thank you.